Hello. Hello, and welcome back to English Podcast for Life. I'm Emma, and as always, I'm joined by my amazing co-host, Jake.
Hey, Emma. Great to be here. And hi to all our listeners around the world. Today's episode is a powerful one. It's all about self-discipline and how building a strong daily routine can completely transform your life.
Yes, this episode might just be one of the most useful we've ever done because we're talking about something that affects everything. Your health, your career, your relationships, your goals. Everything improves when you learn to be more disciplined.
Exactly. And don't worry, we're not going to lecture you or tell you to wake up at 4 a.m. every day. We're talking about realistic routines, practical habits, and simple changes you can actually stick to.
Right. We've both gone through phases in our lives when we didn't have much structure, didn't have great habits, and felt stuck or unmotivated.
And we both know how powerful it can be when you finally take control of your time, your focus, and your daily life.
So if you're someone who wants to stop procrastinating, or someone who wants to wake up feeling motivated and in control, or maybe you want to finally build a healthy routine and stick with it,
then this episode is for you. And the best part? As you listen, you're not just learning about self-discipline, you're also improving your English.
Exactly. This whole episode is packed with useful vocabulary, natural expressions, and real-life examples. So sit back, relax, or go for a walk if you want, and enjoy this long, deep, meaningful conversation.
And one more thing before we dive in. We're not talking about being perfect. We're talking about progress. Self-discipline doesn't mean you never mess up. It means you keep going, even when it's hard.
Beautifully said. And here's a little secret. Self-discipline isn't about forcing yourself. It's about training yourself, little by little.
All right, let's get into it. Coming up, we'll talk about what self-discipline really means, the difference between motivation and discipline, and the truth about why routines are so important.
We're so glad you're here. Let's begin.
Okay, so let's start with a big question. What actually is self-discipline?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people hear that word and think it means being super strict, like a robot or having no fun.
Exactly. But it's not about being rigid or boring. Self-discipline simply means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it.
Yes, that's it. It's about choosing what's right over what's easy. It's that moment when you say, okay, I'd rather watch YouTube right now, but I promised myself I'd study English for 20 minutes, so I'm going to do it.
Right. It's not glamorous. It's not always fun, but it's powerful. And here's the interesting part. Discipline actually gives you more freedom.
Oh, I love that. Say more about that, Jake.
Well, when you have discipline, you don't waste time. You don't live in constant stress because you forgot to do something important. You don't feel guilty all the time. You become the kind of person who gets things done. And that gives you freedom. Freedom to relax. Freedom to enjoy your life.
Totally agree. Without discipline, it's like you're always behind, always rushing, always overwhelmed.
Exactly. You're reacting to life instead of creating your life.
And self-discipline isn't just about big goals either. It shows up in small, everyday choices, like eating a healthy lunch instead of fast food, or going to bed instead of scrolling on your phone at midnight.
Oh man, that phone thing? Huge. It's a small moment, but it really makes a difference.
Yeah, one of the biggest lessons I've learned is this. Discipline is not about punishment, it's about self-respect.
Yes, when you keep promises to yourself, you build trust in yourself. That's real confidence.
Exactly. Confidence isn't about thinking you're amazing. It's about knowing you can rely on yourself, that you'll show up, that you'll follow through.
And that's why discipline is such a key ingredient to success, whatever your version of success looks like.
Now, a lot of people say, I just don't have discipline, like it's a personality trait.
But it's not. It's a skill. You can learn it, You can grow it.
Absolutely. It's not something you're born with. It's like learning a language or building muscle at the gym. You start small, you practice, you fail, and then you try again.
Let me ask you this, Emma. Were you always a disciplined person?
Oh, definitely not. In my 20s, I was a complete night owl. Staying up till 3 a.m., binge-watching shows, skipping meals, forgetting deadlines.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I thought I was just bad at life, but the truth was I had no structure, no routine. I was just reacting to whatever came up.
That was me too. No plan, just doing whatever felt easiest in the moment.
And that's the trap, right? Discipline sounds hard, but not having discipline is even harder in the long run.
Yes, life becomes unpredictable, stressful, chaotic.
And we're not saying you have to live like a monk, but even a bit of structure can change everything.
Even something as simple as setting a bedtime and sticking to it, or writing down your to-do list the night before.
Small habits, that's where it starts.
Okay, so quick recap before we move on.
Number 1, self-discipline is a skill, not a personality trait.
Number 2, it's about doing what matters, even when you don't feel like it.
Number 3, discipline gives you more freedom, not less.
And number 4, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent.
All right, coming up next, we're going to talk about what happens when you don't have discipline in your life, and how both of us struggled with chaos, burnout, and stress until we finally made some changes.
Trust us, it's not pretty, but it's important to talk about. Don't go anywhere.
So let's be honest. What happens when we don't have discipline? Let's talk about that dark side.
Yeah, let's go there. Because I think most people can relate. I definitely can. Before I started building discipline in my life, I felt completely out of control.
Me too. It's like you know what you should be doing, but somehow you just keep avoiding it, and every day ends with guilt and regret.
Exactly. I used to make these big plans. Tomorrow, I'll wake up early. I'll go to the gym. I'll study. I'll eat healthy. And then, I'd hit snooze 5 times, skip the gym, eat junk food, and waste the day on my phone.
Yes, that vicious cycle. And then you feel terrible about yourself. It kills your confidence.
And you start believing this story that you're lazy or that you'll never change.
But the truth is, you're not lazy. You're just untrained. Your mind hasn't learned how to follow through.
That's such a good way to put it. Like a muscle you haven't worked yet.
Right. And when that muscle is weak, life feels so chaotic. You don't trust yourself, you miss deadlines, you forget important things. You're always reacting to problems instead of creating solutions.
And then you start to feel stuck. That's what happened to me. I was in a job I didn't like. I had no energy, and my days felt like a blur, just wasting time, watching hours of YouTube, saying yes to everything and everyone because I had no clear direction.
That's painful, but I've been there too. I remember this one year, everything just felt heavy. I was constantly tired, I wasn't eating well, my apartment was a mess. I didn't even want to go out with friends because I was so mentally drained.
It's wild how not having discipline in just a few areas, like sleep, food, and focus, can affect everything else.
Exactly. It creeps into your health, your relationships, your money, your happiness. And the worst part is, you feel like you're wasting your potential.
That's the word. Wasted potential. I knew I was capable of more, but I just wasn't doing it.
Same here. I had all these goals. Write more, start a project, improve my English, but they just stayed in my notebook. I wasn't moving forward.
Let me ask you this. What was your turning point? What made you say enough is enough?
Honestly, it was a breakdown. I remember crying in my kitchen one night, just feeling completely lost. I realized I had no control over my day. I was just floating through life. That scared me.
I get that. For me, it was when I forgot an important work deadline and let my whole team down. I felt embarrassed and I knew I couldn't keep living like that.
And that's when the shift begins, right? When the pain of staying the same becomes bigger than the pain of changing.
Yes, that moment where you say, I don't want this life anymore. I want to take responsibility.
It doesn't mean change happens overnight, But you start. You take one small step. You say, I'll wake up at 8 a.m. tomorrow. I'll drink a glass of water. I'll do 10 minutes of writing.
That's it. Tiny decisions. But when you repeat them daily, they rebuild your self-trust.
And that's the most powerful part. Self-discipline isn't just about habits. It's about who you become.
You go from someone who avoids life to someone who shows up for life.
It's not easy, but it's worth it. Every single step.
So if you're listening to this and thinking, wow, that sounds like me, don't feel bad. Don't beat yourself up.
Yeah, really. This isn't about shame. It's about hope. You can change. No matter where you are right now, you can start fresh.
We're proof of that. We've both been through the mess. We still struggle sometimes, but we've built systems that keep us going.
And in the next part of this episode, we'll show you how. We're going to break down the morning routine that changed Jake's life and how you can build one that works for you.
It's going to be fun, practical, and super inspiring. Don't miss it.
Stay with us. All right, let's get into one of my favorite parts of this topic, morning routines. Jake, you've been doing a structured morning routine for a while now, right?
Oh yeah, and I can honestly say, it's one of the best things I've ever done for myself. It changed my energy, my focus, my confidence, everything.
That's a big claim. So tell us, what does your routine look like?
All right, I'll break it down step by step. First, I wake up at 5:30 a.m. every weekday.
Whoa, that's early.
It is, but I've trained myself over time. I go to bed early, so it works for me. As soon as I get up, I drink a big glass of water. That's step one.
Hydration first, smart. A lot of people wake up dehydrated and go straight for coffee.
Exactly. Water wakes you up naturally. After that, I stretch or do a short mobility routine. Just 5 minutes to get the blood flowing.
Nice. That probably helps your body wake up too.
Definitely. Then I sit down and journal. Just 5 to 10 minutes. I write 3 things I'm grateful for, 1 main goal for the day, and anything that's on my mind.
That's powerful. Gratitude, intention, and reflection all in one.
Yeah, it sets the tone for the day. After that, I work out. Usually 30 minutes of bodyweight training or a short run.
So we've got water, stretching, journaling, exercise. That's already a full morning.
I'm not done yet. After my workout, I take a cold shower.
Oh no, the cold shower. You really do that?
Every day. And trust me, it never feels easy. But it builds mental toughness. You step into that cold water, and your brain screams no. But you breathe through it. You stay calm. It trains you to face discomfort.
I'm impressed. I'm still working on warm showers and gratitude.
Haha, it's not for everyone, but I love it now. After that, I make coffee, sit down, and read for 10 to 15 minutes. Usually nonfiction, something that helps me grow or think differently.
So your routine is about both the body and the mind.
Exactly. I want to activate my brain and move my body before I check my phone, before the world tries to grab my attention.
That's such an important point. So many people wake up and immediately look at social media, news, or messages, and it fills their mind with noise.
Yup, and you start the day reacting instead of creating. That's why I don't touch my phone for the first hour of the day.
That's a boundary we all need. So tell me, what results have you noticed since starting this routine?
Honestly, I'm calmer, more focused, and more productive. I don't feel rushed in the morning. I start the day feeling like I already won. That momentum carries through the rest of the day.
That's so inspiring. And for our listeners, I want to say, you don't need to copy Jake's routine exactly. You don't have to wake up at 5:30 or take cold showers.
Yeah, good point. This works for me, but routines are personal. You have to find what fits your lifestyle and personality.
Right. Maybe your routine is wake up at 7, drink water, stretch for 5 minutes, journal for 2, and take a warm shower while listening to English podcasts.
That sounds awesome. The key is to start small and build from there.
Exactly. Don't try to do 10 new habits at once. Pick 1 or 2 and just be consistent.
Even something simple like making your bed every morning.
It's a win. It builds discipline.
And it creates that feeling of order, like I'm in charge of my space, I'm in charge of my day.
Absolutely. Morning routines are less about the exact actions and more about training your mind to be intentional.
That's such a great way to say it. When you win the morning, you win the day.
Yes, I love that quote. And if you're listening and your mornings feel rushed or stressful, just start with 5 minutes. That's all you need to begin changing your life.
All right, coming up next, we're going to talk about Keystone habits. These are the powerful daily habits that create a ripple effect in every area of your life.
Keystone habits are game changers. If you choose just one, your entire lifestyle can start shifting.
We'll explain what they are, how to use them, and share some of our favorites. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. In this part of the episode, we're going to talk about something that can seriously level up your self-discipline: Keystone habits.
Yes, keystone habits are like the master keys of your life. When you build just one strong keystone habit, it can start to positively influence many other parts of your life, even areas you didn't expect.
Exactly. It's like a domino effect. One good habit triggers other good habits without you even trying too hard.
So let's define it clearly. A keystone habit is a habit that leads to other beneficial behaviors, often automatically.
For example, working out regularly is a classic keystone habit. When people start exercising, they usually begin sleeping better, eating healthier, and managing stress more easily, even if they weren't trying to change those things.
Exactly. That's the power of a keystone habit. It raises your whole standard of living.
Let's share some personal examples. Jake, what's a keystone habit that changed your life?
Definitely waking up early. Once I started waking up at 5:30 consistently, I had time for other habits. Reading, journaling, exercising. It gave me control over my mornings and made me feel responsible.
I love that. For me, it was daily journaling, just 10 minutes a day. Once I started writing my thoughts every morning, I became more focused, more intentional, and I started making better decisions.
It's wild, isn't it? One habit creates clarity, and clarity creates action.
Totally. And here's the thing. Your keystone habit doesn't have to be huge. It just needs to have a ripple effect.
Yeah, it might be as simple as planning your day every morning, or setting out your clothes the night before. Small action, big results.
One of my favorites for English learners is this: reading or listening to English every single day, even just 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, when you do that, you start thinking more in English. You build consistency. It builds confidence and keeps you connected to the language.
Exactly. And once you start doing it daily, it becomes part of your identity. You stop saying, I'm trying to learn English, and start saying, I'm someone who uses English every day.
That's deep. You change your habits, you change your identity.
And here's a tip for our listeners. Try using habit stacking to build a keystone habit.
Oh yes, great idea. Habit stacking is when you attach a new habit to an existing one.
Like, after I brush my teeth, I'll write in my journal. Or while I drink my morning coffee, I'll listen to an English podcast.
Right. You're using an existing habit as a trigger for a new one. That way, you don't have to rely on motivation. You just follow the pattern.
Our brains love routines. Once you repeat something a few times, it becomes automatic. You don't have to think about it anymore.
And automatic habits are the goal, right? Because discipline becomes easier when the habit takes over.
Totally. We're not trying to live like robots, but we do want our good habits to run on autopilot.
So let's help our listeners find their keystone habit. Think about this question. What's one habit that, if I did it every day, would make everything else in my life easier or better?
That's the magic question. Take a moment, pause this podcast if you need to, and really think about it.
It might be working out, it might be journaling, it might be planning your day every morning, or learning English for 10 minutes every night.
Once you find that keystone habit, focus on it. Make it a priority. Track it, protect it, and let the ripple effect work its magic.
And remember, start small. One habit, one change. That's enough to begin.
All right, coming up in the next part, we'll talk about evening routines. how to end your day with purpose, rest, and reflection so you're ready for tomorrow.
Your evening routine matters just as much as your morning one. Stay tuned. So, we've talked about mornings and Keystone habits, but there's another piece that's just as important: how you end your day.
Yes, evening routines are like the closing chapter of your daily story. They can either help you reset and prepare for tomorrow, or leave you feeling restless, anxious, and exhausted.
Totally. And I think most people underestimate how much their evening habits affect their next day.
Exactly. If you go to bed late, eat junk food before sleeping, or scroll on your phone for 2 hours, you're not going to wake up feeling strong, focused, or ready.
Right. That was me for a long time. I'd stay up watching shows or gaming until 1 or 2 a.m., and then I'd wake up late, feel like I was chasing the day, and everything felt rushed.
Same here. I used to check my phone in bed for just 5 minutes, and suddenly an hour had passed. I'd go to sleep with my brain spinning. It was awful.
So let's talk about what a healthy, simple evening routine can look like. Emma, what's your current routine?
Okay, so I usually start winding down around 9:30 p.m. That's when I shut off screens. No more phone, laptop, or TV.
Nice. That already makes a big difference.
It really does. Then I do some light stretching or a short walk if it's not too late, just to move my body and release tension.
Love that. Gentle movement is a great signal to your body that it's time to slow down.
Yeah. After that, I write in my journal. I usually write 3 things I'm grateful for, 1 highlight of the day, and something I want to improve tomorrow.
That's such a powerful combo: gratitude, reflection, and intention.
It helps me close the day mentally. Then I make a quick plan for the next day, just a few notes or reminders in my planner. After that, I read for 10 to 15 minutes. A real book, no screens.
That's a beautiful routine. And it's calm. It's peaceful. You're telling your brain, we're done for today. Let's rest.
Exactly. And I sleep so much better now. Deep, natural sleep. No racing thoughts.
For me, it's similar. I stop using screens about an hour before bed. I dim the lights, drink a cup of herbal tea, and listen to some quiet music while I stretch or just sit in silence.
That sounds amazing. Like a spa at home.
Haha, kind of. And then I do some breath work, just 2 to 3 minutes of deep breathing. That really helps slow down my nervous system. Then I journal quickly, sometimes just 1 sentence, and I go to bed around 10:30.
That's awesome. And I love that you keep it simple. That's key. An evening routine shouldn't feel like another chore.
Right. It should feel like you're giving something back to yourself. It's your time to recover, to reset.
Now, let's address something important. What if your evenings are busy, noisy, or stressful?
Great question. If you live with family or roommates, or if you work late, you might not have full control over your night. But even in that case, you can create small moments of calm.
Yes, even 5 minutes of quiet breathing, or turning off your phone 15 minutes before bed, or reading just 1 page of a book. Every little thing helps.
It's not about perfection. It's about consistency. The brain loves patterns. When you repeat your night routine, even a short one, you train your body to know, oh, it's time to sleep.
And good sleep leads to better mornings. Better mornings lead to better choices. And better choices lead to a better life.
That's the domino effect again. It all connects.
So for our listeners, start thinking about your evenings. What's one habit you could add to your night to help you relax and prepare for the next day?
Maybe it's writing down tomorrow's goals. Maybe it's putting your phone in another room. Maybe it's reading instead of scrolling.
Whatever it is, make it yours. Build a routine that helps you rest and recharge.
And remember, it doesn't have to be long. It just has to be intentional.
All right, up next, let's talk about the tools and techniques that can help you stick with your routine and discipline even on hard days.
Yes, habit trackers, vision boards, environment design. We've got lots of cool strategies coming your way. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now that we've talked about routines, let's dive into some tools and techniques that can really help you stick with your discipline, even on the tough days.
Yes, because having a routine is one thing, but keeping it consistent is another story. That's where these tools come in handy.
Let's start with habit trackers. Emma, do you use one?
I do. I use a simple app on my phone where I check off my daily habits, like reading English, journaling, or exercising. Seeing those little green check marks every day feels so motivating.
That's great. Habit trackers work because they give you visual proof of your progress. When you see a chain of successes, you don't want to break it.
Exactly. It's a simple way to hold yourself accountable.
Another cool tool is a vision board. Have you tried that?
Yes, I have. A vision board is like a physical or digital collage of your goals and dreams, pictures, quotes, words that inspire you.
I think it's powerful because it keeps your goals front and center. When you see your vision every day, it reminds you why you're working hard.
Right. It makes the future feel more real and reachable.
Speaking of environment, have you heard of environmental design?
I have. It means shaping your surroundings to make good habits easier and bad habits harder.
Exactly. For example, if you want to read more, keep a book on your bedside table. If you want to stop scrolling on your phone at night, charge your phone outside your bedroom.
Or if you want to eat healthy, prep snacks in advance and keep junk food out of the house.
Small changes like these remove friction and make discipline much easier.
Another great idea is to find an accountability partner or join a group with similar goals.
Yes, when you tell someone about your goals and check in regularly, you're much more likely to follow through.
It's like having a workout buddy or a study buddy. You support each other, celebrate wins, and push through challenges.
And don't forget about reminders. Set alarms or calendar notifications to nudge you gently throughout the day.
Technology can be your friend if you use it wisely.
One last thing I want to mention is the power of self-talk. The way you speak to yourself matters a lot.
Absolutely. Instead of saying, I can't do this, try saying, I'm learning, I'm improving.
Positive self-talk builds resilience and keeps you motivated.
So to sum up, these tools, habit trackers, vision boards, environment design, accountability partners, reminders, and positive self-talk all work together to build unbreakable discipline.
Use what fits you best. Start simple and build from there.
All right. Next up, we're going to talk about the mindset behind self-discipline, the grit, the growth, and how to keep going even when it's tough.
Stay tuned. Welcome back for the final part of today's episode. We've covered routines, habits, tools, and now it's time to talk about the mindset behind self-discipline.
Yes, this is the mental game, the grit, the growth mindset, the emotional control that keeps you moving forward when things get tough.
Because let's be real, discipline isn't always easy. There will be days when you don't feel motivated, when distractions win, when you want to give up.
That's totally normal. The difference is how you respond.
Right. One of the biggest mindset shifts is learning to see challenges as opportunities.
Exactly. Instead of saying, I failed today, try saying, I learned something today. Every setback is a chance to grow.
And that's the growth mindset, believing your abilities can improve with effort and practice.
When you have a growth mindset, failure isn't scary. It's a step on the path.
Another important part is grit. Grit is passion and perseverance for long-term goals.
Grit means showing up every day, even when it's uncomfortable or boring.
And that's the heart of discipline, showing up when you don't want to, but doing it anyway.
It's also about self-compassion, being kind to yourself when you slip up.
Yeah, beating yourself up only drains energy. Forgive yourself, then refocus.
Another powerful tool is self-talk. The way you talk to yourself influences your behavior deeply.
Instead of I can't, say I'm learning. Instead of I'm weak, say I'm getting stronger.
And finally, build your identity around discipline. Start saying, I am a disciplined person.
When you believe it, you become it.
So here's a quick action plan for our listeners. Choose one small discipline habit to focus on. Use tools like habit trackers or reminders. Practice positive self-talk. Embrace a growth mindset. Show up every day, even if it's just a little.
Remember, discipline is a journey, not a destination. It's about progress, not perfection.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope this episode inspired you to create your own life-changing routine.
Keep practicing, keep growing, and remember, you have the power to change your life.
See you next time on English Podcast for Life.
Bye, everyone.